Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. As new characters are introduced on Body and Soul, Lani conducts an investigation, John and Steve challenge the evidence, and Abe recognizes a familiar face on Days of Our Lives. John abruptly wakes up in bed after having a dream about Abe at the doctor. "Goodbye, old friend," Abe says before vanishing into the mist. John worries that he let both Paulina and Abe down, so Marlena wipes the sweat from his face. He remembers how Abe supported him after he realized he wasn't Roman Brady. He regrets not being Abe's friend in the same manner he has always been. He was, Marlena assures him. Marlena responds that everyone will need one another to get through it when John inquires about how she is handling everything. She has a thought. When Whitley brings the newspaper into the apartment and notices Abe's picture on the main page, she becomes terrified. In his wheelchair, Abe enters and asks what she's doing with the paper. She conceals his picture and explains that she didn't want the news of a man drowning at the docks to upset him. He insists on reading the tale on his own. She declines, pretending to be afraid that the tension would cause another seizure. He offers his regrets. He was unaware of the harm this was causing her. She leaves to get ready for work after saying that she is doing this for him. As a sentiment, Eli enters his Salem Inn room as Theo reads the article about Abe's alleged demise. Theo regrets his constant loss of the individuals he cherishes. Lani shows up. "You haven't lost me," she replies. He flies to her side. She needs to wear an ankle monitor and was given a furlough to attend their father's burial. Jules and Carver are left with Valerie because they are too young to handle this, despite Lani's gushing over their appearance. Theo is reminded that it is their anniversary when they hear fireworks go off. Theo queries if they are fighting based on their solemn response. Eli said they're doing pretty damn well considering everything they've been through this year. But because of Abe, they're not having a party this year. Theo responds that they should rejoice for that reason. He was over the moon for them. Lani sheds tears. He must be present for her to celebrate. Eli hugs her and advises that they see Paulina. Paulina, who is feeling down, receives food and flowers from friends delivered by Chanel to the apartment. Paulina is unable to even remove her bathrobe. There is a knock on the door as Chanel tries to comfort the woman. Chanel smiles as she responds to Lani and Eli. Kayla discovers Steve looking through the evidence in their kitchen, which he notes can be made up. He can't believe Abe just drowned after falling from the docks. It's too simple. And nobody noticed Abe until precisely the moment he plunged into the water. It doesn't make sense. Additionally, how did he survive on the streets up to that point? If he was so apologizes for not following through for Theo when he arrives. Theo appreciates their giving in his father's honor because he knows he gave it his all. They prepare a meal for Theo, who later expresses anger at how suddenly Abe vanished before drowning. It is not logical. Abe remarks on his loneliness as Whitley gets ready to depart for work. Theo wasn't able to drop by and hang out. Whitley makes up the fact that Theo returned to South Africa. The fact that Abe's kid went without saying goodbye shocks him. Then, he inquires about Chanel. Chanel would dearly like to be with her step-pop. But Whitley claims she is overworked at the bakery. Abe is prepared for the scene in Body and Soul where Lorna, one of the greatest soap bitches ever, is introduced though. As a seductive redhead, played by Lauren Koslow, pours champagne, she turns it on with excitement. Paulina is overjoyed to meet Lani, who doesn't believe her father has actually left. Paulina concurs that it is incomprehensible. Perhaps because they were unable to say goodbye. Without a body, how are they expected to have a decent homegoing? Paulina is shocked by how quickly Abe was pronounced dead. She desires to examine the proof for herself. In spite of Lani's gaze, Eli claims that it is against policy and that Rafe won't mind. Marlena and John visit Steve and Kayla. They welcome Theo and express sympathy. Theo is aware of how arduously everyone searched for his father. Abe was among the best, according to Steve. They were devoted to him. Theo leaves in tears, and John and Steve start beating themselves up for not finding Abe. Marlena assures them that they gave it their best effort, and Abe would agree if he were around. According to John, placing blame is simpler than coming to terms with his departure. When John tells Marlena about his dream, she implies that it's not about John's guilt, but rather about his feeling there's a problem. Both John and Steve concur that they must return to their jobs. Lani remarks how strange it is to be back at the station with so many memories, especially developing feelings for her partner. Eli shares his memories before displaying the evidence to Lani in the questioning space. She recalled traveling to Salem in the mistaken belief that Abe was her father. Eli claims that she was mistaken about the DNA, but Abe is her father in every meaningful sense. Eli informs Lani that Jerry is an actor when she views his photo. Lorna says to a male speaker off-screen that she needs someone to be the genuine heir to the DeLorean fortune as Abe watches Body and Soul, the new character. He now enters the picture. Jerry is framed by the TV camera. Abe yawns. Theo. Palima answers Whitley's door after getting dressed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.